Okay, aloha and welcome everyone to week five, in the 90 days of greatness. So let's start our session today. If you're live or if you're watching the recording, beautiful. Um, we'll just get connected and grounded so we can really absorb the love and light for our day, for our evening, to receive the information and to receive the messages that will help us in furthering our manifestation. So we'll put our feet flat on the ground, our back straight, our tongue to the roof of the mouth. You can place your hands on your lower abdomen, or you can place them in the soul light prayer position or the prayer position, whatever is comfortable with you. And we'll just connect to the higher energies. So connect to your belief system, who you connect with. And I will do a broad connection. Connect with many. As we are one, and the true religion is love. So you're all layers of heaven, divine, Tao, source, universe, the creator of all. There are countless saints, animals, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, dear beloved Jesus, Mother Mary. They're all our spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven. They're all our heavens teams, our heavens guides. They're the countless planets, galaxies, stars, and universes. All ascended masters, kahunas, lamas, gurus, and shamans. All beings of love and light, please come. We love you, we honor you, we appreciate you. Please support this gathering and help us to open our hearts further, to be aligned and connected further, as to be connected to the source, to God, to divine, to Tao, to the universe, is when the true manifestation happens. That the source is all possibilities. And all we have to do is to allow ourselves to receive. So please help us to align, connect further. We are so very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll just take a minute, get the position as we connect to God, divine, Tao, source, universe, creator. Keep your mind focused on your Mingmen or your lower abdomen as we start to calm the mind down. And visualize a connection, you and a connection of column of light connecting. It's like a plug getting tapped in. The source is all positive information only. So feel the love the source has for us. As we take a deep breath in, breathing out any negativity, any blockages holding us back. Deep breath in. Breathe out. One last one. Breathing in the love and light. Okay. Now we're more grounded, more centered. You know, one key thing is to really get out of your mind at points, because the mind, one of the biggest blockages that we have on our spiritual journey, if you want to call that, or let's just call it our connection to the source. And I'll use the source today, the sources. But you can, if you're not comfortable with it, please connect to whatever word you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with God, divine, Tao, the universe, whatever your creator, whatever you're comfortable with, just connect with that. I don't mean any means of trying to anything, but the source. So the mind, we have to calm our mind, because the biggest blockage that we have from connecting to the source, because the source is love. The source is all possibilities. There's no blockages in the source, the creator, right? So there's no blockages, all possibilities. One of the biggest mind blockages that us humans have is our ego. Yeah, our ego is here to protect us. It's here to protect us. It's like a safety. It tries to help us feel, when we start feeling funny, it will try to protect us. And that's why when we have arguments, or if we, we have to be right sometimes, or we want to be famous, or we need more, and all these different things, because it feels, the ego is like, okay, let's go, like we need this. Yeah. So the ego, but the ego actually comes from fear, which is very interesting, right? And I ran on, I was not aware of this until recently, right? Within the last year or so. Really within the last year, like really digging deeper into everything. I used to run off my ego. Everything was my ego I ran off of. I didn't understand what I was doing, but it was fully ego, but the ego is coming from fear. So you're not coming from your true power. And that's why it's so, things can really shift quick in negative ways also. But if you're running off of your ego and you're running off of fear, not even knowing you're running off of fear, right? Because we don't even know, like, let's just say we have a goal, and like, okay, we're gonna get there. You're feeling really good. You're positive. You're pumped. But it's really how I used to do it before. Yeah, I used to help a lot of people out, and which is great. But it's like that recognition, when you want that recognition and all of that. It's just why do people want to be famous, right? Why do people want all this attention? Why do you strive so much for to have all this money, right? Because it's the fear of lack of. They're lacking it. They feel they need it more. They need it. Like it's not coming from that positive, not coming from that love, right? That different energies. The energy is different, because truly they're lacking something, so they're trying to fill it. Yeah, they're searching, and what most people are searching for, and which they don't even understand or know, is they're searching for love. Yeah, they're searching for love, and they're lacking love, and that's why they want to be famous, and that's why they want to be popular, and they want to be all these different things, because they're lacking this love that they're looking for. They're searching for something. That's why people do drugs, and they don't understand why they're doing it. It's on the mental mind level, it's a whole different reason why they're doing it, right? But on a deeper level, this is what they're doing it for. They're looking for this love. They're looking for this love, this feeling. They're looking for a feeling of it, because they're not really looking for it. Yeah, so if you want all this money, if you want $1 million, you actually don't want $1 million. You want the feeling of $1 million. You want a Ferrari, you don't actually want a Ferrari. You want the feeling of having a Ferrari. They're looking for a feeling of it. You're looking for a feeling. You want the feeling of accomplishing your goal. You want that feeling. We're always looking for that feeling, what makes us, that feels good. Yeah, that feeling. So, what can happen is it's, you know, the ego has helped me out so much in my life, truly, 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 truly. But as I get further on my journey, I know that the ego is not the most appropriate way to do things now. And everybody has levels and understanding. And you may understand what I'm talking about now. You may be kind of going over your head. You may understand it a little bit. But it's good just for me to share it with everyone now, because even if you don't understand it now, you absorbed it. You absorb the information. So as you go on your journey, you'll be able to understand things quicker, because you have a reference point here, right? You have something to references, because the really the true being on the journey of life, right? The only way to really know is to experience it. I can tell you this and that, but unless you do it and experience it, then you're like, oh, it's different when you experience it. I can tell you how great a cup of coffee is. A cup of coffee is so great. It can be warm, it can be cold, it can be really hot, it can be ice inside of it, it can have sugar, it can be so sweet, it can be so bitter, like whatever we want, it can be the most greatest coffee, and you drink it, it tastes so good, it makes you feel good, it brings you up, brings your energy up. But unless you really taste it, you will not know what the coffee is. You have to experience it. It's that experience that we're looking for, right? So, when we're so gung-ho on the ego, it's like we have something to prove. And like, many people in the world run off of the ego, right? And so we have something to prove. We have to get there. That's why people retaliate and, all these different things happening, or you have to show off, because they want to boost themselves up, because they're lacking this love, because they're missing something, because they're looking for something, and they don't know what they're looking for, to be honest. Most people do not understand what they're looking for, but they're really looking for this love, this feeling of love, this feeling. That's why when you do something one time and you have that feeling of that new, like, oh wow, this was cool, oh wow, this was good, people look for that feeling again. But mostly you'll not get that same feeling, because it was new, it was that feeling, but that thing made you feel so good, right? You felt love, you felt that good positive energy, so you're looking for that again. And that's why people um people do things that make them feel good. And it's mostly temporary, right? It's only temporary for the most time. Alcohol, drugs, and all these different things that people get addicted to. People get addicted to success, right? Because it makes them feel a certain way, and but making them feel a certain way is the lack of, because they don't feel it all the time, So opposite side is just coming from love all the time, right? Where you have no, everybody has an ego, so you can't say you have no ego. It takes a long time to transform your ego. um, so to a most part, I would say highly 99% of the world has ego. But there is some people for sure that their perception on life is not the same as most people. They have their egoless. Very few, but very few. very few. But now you're coming from love. So if we're coming from a place, and our energy is coming from a place of the ego, of the fear, of the attachments, right? What is mind blockages? Mind blockages is the ego, the attachments. Attachments is wanting a certain outcome and needing it. Yeah, I need this. It has to be like this. And it doesn't go your way. Oh boy, right? Some people goes on different levels. I know before I used to get crazy, it doesn't go my way. Like, oh my goodness, what the heck is happening? Why did then you just all blame, all these different things because you in your mind had to have it this way. You had an attachment to this specific thing. So that's another mind blockages. Another one is negative mindsets, attitudes, and beliefs, right? The negative part, negative messages, whatever the negative, you shouldn't do it. Oh, all these different things. If you know that you're supposed to be doing this is it. Yeah, do it. So really know. So that's the negative, the negative blockages of the mind. So truly know what you want to do. There's levels of knowing what you want to do in life. So at this moment in your life, because everybody's on different levels, what do you truly want to do? And it's best that what you want to do makes others happier and healthier. And that's what the definition of service is. Yeah, to serve others is to make others happier and healthier. So it's better if you are in good service, that you encompass everyone, that whatever you doing makes others happier and healthier, is to serve. And if you just come from your love and your light, and if you can start to tap into love, right? Start to love yourself more. If we're as human beings are searching for love our whole life, then why don't we just find it within ourselves first? Then everything else will come later, right? Typically, most people are searching for money, right? Because obviously we live in a third dimensional world, a physical world where money is the thing that makes the world go round. So yeah, we need money, don't get me wrong. But if you just keep searching for money, that's all you're going to get. But that's not what you're really looking for. You know what I mean? You're really looking for love, is the true essence of what you're looking for. So if you just can calm it all down and start to tap into it. And if you're on this level, great. If you're not on this level yet, no problem. Just absorb the information as you'll start to start to be aware and start to process what's going on in your life and how your life is going. Okay? So if love is what we're looking for, then why don't we just be in love all the time? Right? So let's be in love all the time. First thing we do is gotta love ourselves more. Right? Really love ourselves, really forgive ourselves. Most times that we're too hard on ourselves. Yeah, we get upset with ourselves, or we think about the things that we should have done, or the things that we've done that you want to change it. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to just really love ourselves, love and care about ourselves. When we can do this, then we can love everyone else. And love, right? If the source is love, and the source is all possibilities, and we are coming from love, and we are connected to the source, then we have all possibilities. Right? So now the manifestation process really does work faster, and it works good. It works more efficiently. But if we're coming from the ego the negative mindsets, attitudes, beliefs, the attachments, right? We're not going with the flow. We're not flexible, right? We're making it has to be this way. We're creating our own blockages while we do this, right? So we have to transform. We have to be aware and transform all of this. And this simply comes from love, right? And as we have our businesses, we just spread love, no attachments, right? It doesn't have to be a certain way. Just continually to serve on a daily basis, aligned into what you're here to do, aligned to your goals. What is your passion? Like what is your business? What are you serving? Like, how are you serving? Right? How does your business or your job or your work align to your service? How is it? And you just do that. Keep spreading that love and spreading that light. And look at how you can help them, not about yourself, right? Not coming from the ego. But you have to also honor yourself. So you can't just do everything for free, because it doesn't work like that. You're not honoring yourself because why? Because you don't love yourself. Yeah, it sounds so funny to say, but we don't love ourselves enough. Which is so interesting to make that statement, right? But that's why people do things to show a certain demeanor or to show things because they're looking for the love because they don't love themselves enough, which is so funny, right? It doesn't matter how beautiful you are or how beautiful everybody thinks you are. You need to love yourself, right? You don't have to show off to anybody else. Showing off to anybody else does not bring you that love. That's only fake love, right? You got to love yourself first, right? So you really just love yourself, and then you can love others. Then all we do is just we offer our business, we offer our service. We're not doing it for us to make money, to do whatever. We know that we have to make money already, right? We know that we live in this world. We have to honor ourselves, right? We have to honor ourselves. We have to love ourselves. But hey, when we share what we do, we share it from love, not because we need to do this, not because we want to do this. Like, hey, I know Kelly is trying to bring business to Hawaii. So Kelly, if I can share, use you as an example real quickly. Now, if you want to come to Hawaii, right? We spoke a little about this earlier before the recording. All we do is spread love to Hawaii, right? So we connect to different people in Hawaii, and we come from a love standpoint. And we just keep spreading love to as much people as we can, keep sharing what we're doing. And the right person is going to come. The right person will come our way. But that's the other part of the manifestation process is the message. I mean, the action, right? So, Dr. Master Rulin, she shares with us. Dr. Master Rulin is the co-creator of Tao Science with Dr. Master Shah, which is two of my spiritual teachers. So, she says that the highest blessing is when you receive a message from the divine, right? From the place where you cannot see. Most times, unless you have your third eye really open. But it's the messages is our connection, right? When we receive a message, that's one of the highest blessings. Heaven is talking to us. We can hear them. And what do we do with this message? We have to take the action, right? The highest blessing. Now we take the action. Okay. And then we come from love, right? No, non-ego, non-attachment. Because what is the ego side? What is the other side is, nah. What is the other mind blockages? Nah, let's not do that. Nah, they're not going to like it. Or no, it's not going to work out. No. That's all the mind blockages. They're stopping us in our way already. Yeah, but when we come from love, all we're doing is spreading love. We have no attachment that we need so-and-so to pass the message on, or we need so-and-so to join our business, or all we're doing is sharing the information coming from love because we want to help people, right? And we want to be able to share our love and our light to the world in a positive way. So we simply do. So we get the message. Okay, great. We get our information ready, what we're going to share. And we simply just start sharing. Hey, how you doing? Connect, right? You always connect first. Never just blast anybody with whatever you're doing. If you're a realtor, don't just say blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? If you're an artist in artwork or music or some kind of artist, some kind of creative, don't just blah, 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 blah. Here it is. You know, connect. You have to connect. You have to be human. People don't, it works more efficient that way. It doesn't always work when you just blast people like that. Hey, how you doing? You know, connect with them first. Connection is so key. Then you start sharing, you know, hey, I'm not too sure if you know, but this is what I'm doing. If you know anybody that I could help, you know, please let me know. And then that's it. Okay, good. You know, whatever messages resonates with you, you know, connect with them, share the message, and then beautiful. Who else should you check too? Who should I share this message with, right? And then the information will come to you. Oh, I should share it with A, B, C, D, E. You know, this person, this person, this person, this person. Okay, great. Okay, then you just go share, and as you share, you might get somebody else. But then you might be like, no, I don't want to share it with them. You know, he made me feel funny or she, whatever. Why are you thinking of them right now? You never think about them. You know, it's the message, right? Share with so-and-so. Share it with someone. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's, you know, I go through this too. It's so funny. So, but when you just start to listen, magic happens. I swear. Things will start to get easy. Things will start lifting up. Because if you don't do it now, you're probably going to get the message again. And then you're probably going to get the message again until you actually do it. And it might be a different message in a different way, but you're still going to get all these messages coming in and you're not going to do it. And what's going to happen is this. You're going to overcrowd your warehouse with information. Your mind is like a warehouse. You're going to overcrowd it with all these different messages and thoughts and ideas and everything. And then you're going to be like stressed out and worried and all these things going to happen because you're not taking the action on the messages that's coming in as appropriate, right? Only do the good messages. If it's going to hurt somebody, do not do that message because it's not of the highest message. It's not good. It's not a positive message. So you have to transform. You have to take the message and take it to action. It's really key, because if you don't take it to action, then it's not going to happen. You're not listening. You're blocking your part of the manifestation process. For me, I was at a time where I was in a position, I was in a different country, and I was attending a retreat, and I had another retreat after, and at the time, I just didn't have enough money. The money that I was banking on coming in, it didn't come in yet. So I had a little situation. I'm in a whole different country, trying to figure all this stuff out. How am I going to get the money to get to the next retreat? And then I get the message, oh, go call so-and-so. I'm like, why I'm going to call so-and-so? So for why? This is my good friend. Like, I don't want to ask him for money. You know, like, why am I asking for money for? I know his truck just got stolen the week before. I know he's probably stressing out. He's worried. You know, he has his thing that he's dealing with. The last thing that he wants to do is, you know, hear somebody's asking for money. And I'm like, and I keep hearing the message, ask him. Like, I'm not going to ask him. I'm not going to ask him. Like, no, I'm not going to ask him. Then, you know, all the day, the next day, ask him. Again, I'm thinking, okay, I'm still trying to manifest to get into this event. And then like, I get the message, what I'm going to do is like, ask so-and-so. Like, I'm not going to ask him. And my ego, right? My ego is blocking me. My mind blockage is stopping me from doing it. And finally, I gave in because I had an attachment of attending the retreat so much and all these different things it was just blocking me. I had so much mind blockages that would see it blocking me from manifesting me going there. And then finally I said, you know what? I leave it all up to God. I let it all go. It's all good. It is what it is, right? No attachment, no whatever. Like really, no. You can say no attachment. You can say all these different things, but unless you really mean it and feel it and believe it, it's a whole different thing. Truly. So I gave it all up. Then okay, it's all good. Whatever happens, happens. Um, and you know what? Then I got the message, contact so and so. I just did it. And then when I did it, I felt way better because I know that I'm listening to the messages. And then things start to press. I think that day is when I actually got into the retreat. Was it that day? I think it was that day or the day after, but it was within the next few days, and everything worked out as planned. And then another one was and how I actually got the money was my business partner at the time owed me a bunch of money, and then the money was just not coming in, and I had an attachment of the money and all these different things, and it was like my safety net. When you go all in, you're supposed to go all in. You cannot be like has a reservation or reserve on just in case things don't work out. I got this. That's not going all in, right? You're like halfway in, right? So, and that's cool too. I'm not saying that's not cool, but if you say you're gonna go all in, you have to go all in. Because you're saying you're going all in, you have to go all in. That's your intention. That's what you're manifesting. Then you go all in. You cannot be half going all in. So if you make the decision to go all in, you have to go all in. That's the only way it's gonna work to develop it in the most efficient way. You don't have to necessarily go all in, but if you do, it's usually faster. So I had an attachment of all this money coming in. The money wasn't coming in, and all this stuff, and I was like my reservation, right? That was like my reserve. That was like my safety net, just in case stuff don't work out. I got this, right? So that was my blockage too. That was one of my big blockages that I had. So I was just like, you know what? And it was a large amount that they owed me. Large amount. So I could have asked for whatever amount, and I'm sure that he would have made a deal and said yes. So at the time, I was like I had to cut ties with the business. I just had to do it. And I could have asked for any amount, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. I'm not sure if he could have get the 3 or 5 at the time, or I think they may have. But the message that I was getting was 800. Ask for 800. I'm like, 800? That's not even that much. I can ask for 1,000. Why don't I ask for 1,000 or 2,000? Kept at 800. I'm like, 800. Why 800? And this is just after I was hearing the 800 message prior to that, but I had my blockages. I wasn't taking the action. I was still trying to get more out of it. At the time they owed me they were supposed to give me a payment of 3,000. They owed me more, but a lot more. But then there was supposed to be a payment of 3,000, and that's what was supposed to cover everything. So, and what I came to the conclusion was, so I kept getting 800. I'm like, why 800? I was like, okay, whatever. Listen, right? Just listen to the messages. Okay, I said 800. Okay, fine, 800. So I text my friend. I said, hey, this is a deal, bro. Give me 800, and we'll cut everything that you owe me. It's all good, right? So I relieve my safety net. I listen to the messages that I'm getting 800, which I personally thought that was crazy to do that, especially when it's so much more. So I'm like, okay, give me 800, we call it off. And he's like, I get a message real quick. I'm in a different country, but I get a message real quick. Okay, yes. And within the next 24 hours, the money was in my account already, and everything was there, and I got that. And what ended up happening was everything worked out. Everything that I really wanted to manifest worked out. I got into the retreat. I was able to align everything up, and everything worked out because there's a lot of moving parts in it, and it just wasn't working. I wasn't getting the support that I needed to adjust it to make it work. And that was my own blockages that was blocking me from doing it, right? not doing this, not doing that, not that, all these mind blockages coming in, that's attachments. So I started to do that, and then boom, it manifested fairly quickly after. So that's my story about that, the mind blockages and ego and all of that. I want to talk about business. I want to talk about business versus a job. What does a business offer you? Why is it different from a business and a job? So even if you have a job now, jobs are great. Don't get me wrong. Jobs are awesome. But we want to shift into a business. So we want to shift into a business. So what the business can do for you is the business gives you more opportunities, give you more possibilities, and it can really help you to develop and to create what you want to do. Because with a job, you're stuck, right? With a job, you're stuck to a 9-to-5. You're limited. You're working for somebody else, and you're using all your energy for something that may not be aligned to what you really want to do and to what you truly want to create. So there's going to be a time, if you have a job now, it's going to be a time where you have to adjust and you have to start to have a business, right? Because the business, what that can do is that gives you the freedom of time. It can help you to increase your finances, and can help you to do what you really want to do. You basically will start working for yourself, and depending what kind of business that you have, you could develop and create it where you have others run it for you, right? And then you can do whatever really what you want to do after that. So, but if you're stuck in a job, you're going to be limited into that. So you really want to make adjustments and to start to maneuver to that way, or start to be aware that I have to adjust and I have to get to this area, because this area is where it's going to help me to excel. And it may take years to get there, because everybody's on different waves, right? But if you're manifesting, right, and you start to focus, miracles start to happen, right? If you're coming from love, you're coming from the energy coming through, then all possibilities start to happen. So you start to change, right? So whatever we do, just come from love, come from that energy, from all possibilities, then everything will start to work. Transform those negative mindsets, negative attitudes, negative beliefs, the ego, right? Start to love ourselves first. Then when we start to serve and we start to spread our message and whatever we're doing, there's no attachments to the outcome. And watch what will really happen when you start to do that, right? So the big thing that I want to share today was really coming from love, and to spread love, and to not have those attachments, not coming from the mind blockage. Don't let the mind blockage get us no more. We're better than that. We can really manifest. We're master manifestors, manifesting what we really want in our life. And so we are really manifesting exactly what we have in this life right now. But we also have a choice to change it to what we really want, right? To shift. It's our choice. It's our free will. So if we're not liking the situation, perfect. Change it. The only reason why we're in this position because this is what we're doing, right? So this is where our energy is at. We want to do something, boom, shift your energy, put your love and light into that direction, right? Making sure that you're in the highest message, right? You can go see that process. Those things that we mentioned in the beginning of that first week was the daily habits. Oh, so key, right? This helps to manifest yourself way more faster. The highest message, sending yourself the highest message. Last week I shared about my message wasn't the highest message, and I was just like going through It was a good message. It was a high message, but it wasn't the highest. So, getting the highest message, feeling the love, feeling the feeling, right? So you get the highest message and you receive it with your heart. You start to feel it, start to be there. When you start to be there, you're there already. And then from there, everything, boom, starts to happen quicker. Yeah. And you got the mind process it. You get the message. Okay, hey, do this. You start to do it. You take the action. And then boom, manifest into reality. Right? But that's why we have to connect to that message daily. We have to feel it daily. You have to listen to the message daily. Take the action daily. And then the manifestation happens faster. Until you redo all of these steps and are ready to receive it, then we'll receive it, right? Because our perception creates us, right? How we look at the situation, right? And if we're not even looking at the situation at all, we're putting on the side, right? We're not even focusing on what we're trying to manifest or what we really want, then that's what exactly where it is. It's on the side. It's not going to manifest into our life. Until we put our energy and love into it, then it starts to create it. It starts to manifest it. So okay, so that's what we have for today. I love you all. Does anybody have any questions or topics or anything you guys want to share before we close today? Anything I can help you out with? Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So if you're watching the recording, we love you all. We're so grateful. So we'll close.
Hello.
Hey, Catherine, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry I did not find the button
No
so
problem,
fast.
no problem.
I would like to share a little bit. Last week it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for this topic and for all the wisdom. Thank you so much. Last week I shared that my computer broke down.
Yeah.
Or broke, and he has transitioned now finally. He did a great job. It was a very old one, but what happened now? The first time it happened, when I realized it's really I cannot use it anymore. It was kind of it was a little bit. I don't know how to explain. It was a bit like a shock, but at the same moment I thought, okay, I just stay connected. Everything's fine. I'm totally loved. Everything's perfect. Heaven has a greater plan. So I just relaxed into this condition, and then what happened was really magic. 2 days later, I have a completely new computer now, as you shared also before. It's working so fast. It's one of it's so great. And then I realized, okay, my new my old music program is not cannot be installed anymore because it's too old. So I thought, okay, what can I do? Then I connected. I just tried to stay in love, and I found someone on the internet. He just wanted to sell another program for very small price, and then we chatted a bit, and then he gifted it to me.
Wow.
And he sent me new stuff. It's so great, just because I don't know why.
You know why? Because you release the attachment, right? So we release the attachment, and because we're manifesting what we want. So remember, we have an attachment that has to be this way. But when we release the attachment, now it can really allow it to happen. And then boom, boom, then it's like, you have to connect to this. Now you need it. Now you have a program that you need. You have a better computer, right? So from what looks so bad, oh my goodness, what I want to do? Okay,
Yes.
it's gonna be okay. And then even better now.
Yes. And I thought, how can I pay it? Because, almost 1,000 euros now. And then my mother called me and she said, okay, I give you 600. Oh, it was completely out of the blue. I'm so grateful. It's really magic. happening when you really try to stay connected and really flow and never give up that whatever you do, what is really what's your purpose, what's your service, that it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. That's
Beautiful.
I would
Beautiful,
just
Kathy.
wanted to share.
Happy
Thank you.
for you. I'm happy for you. New computer, new program. Wow. You know, things get better, yeah? Oh,
Yes.
the love, right? And then, right? Because what did you do with the guy? You disconnected, right? You spread your love to him, talk story, and then boom, oh, here's a gift. Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
So coming from that
Mm,
love aspect, it's so powerful.
yeah.
Everything.
Mhm.
No attachment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Go ahead.
And on the other hand, I had to do something for the business plan. I really have to hand it over. Yeah, I wanted to do it a week ago. Now I had a delay, and I could really feel some blockages. You know, I thought, oh, and now it's a day. I think, yeah, I'm pushing through. That's really the right way to describe it. And
Hey,
I also have the faith that everything will work out perfectly at the even if it's in the last moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything is great right now. You're on perfect
Yeah.
timing. Don't look
Yeah.
at how big a situation is or all the things you got to do. That's only our perception again, right? We perceive it to be big or small. When you perceive it as, I got this, no problem. I can do the business plan in so fast. I do the business plan, right?
Yeah.
The next step is your timing. Lock in a
Mm.
time where you put your energy into doing the business plan. So you commit yourself to that time where, okay, and if you're busy, okay, so I'm busy, but I know I can commit from 9 to 11 at night. I know I can give my 2 hours in here. I can get this plan started, or I can develop it further. Whatever level you on, stick to it if you can. You know, don't adjust unless you really have to adjust. But stick to it and just go. Once you commit
Yeah.
to it, then it'll start to go faster. That's why, and then you start to
Mm.
flow again. Because starting it, especially with business plans, there's getting into the flow of it is probably the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Because we're over here, we know we have to do it, but then when you start to be like, you keep putting it off, tomorrow. Now Monday I'll do it. Oh, Monday. Now Wednesday sounds better. I have more time on Wednesday. Wednesday comes. All these different things, blockages. You know. So when you say like, no, I'm gonna do it at this time now. And even if you have blockage of getting started, open your computer up, stay there, just connect. You're way more advanced now than I was before. You know, like so there's this chant, or you meditate a little bit, then you could do it. But once you commit to it, it'll work out. That's what I found out previously. So I used to have blockages in creating business plans, but when I started to commit to it, and I didn't understand about the timing and everything, I'll just reach a point in my life. I'll be like, I'm over it. I'm gonna do it right now. And then once I started it, it started to work again. But until
Yeah.
I started it, there was blocks left and right.
Yeah. 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 So it's
Enjoy
just
it.
to be together on this way, and just to connect again and again, and to keep this process going. It's really
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
A little bit every time. Yeah, keeps adding things. Okay,
Love
great.
you, everyone.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
Cool.
so we'll close the session. We're so very grateful. So thank you all those who have come. Thank you all the holy beings. Thank you, divine down source, the universe, the creator. So very grateful. Thank you for assisting us. Thank you, our own beloved soul. So thank you. Love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song. So